Hey friends, it's Rabbi Jenny Solomon from Beth Meyer Synagogue here with a Mincha moment. So this week we begin a new book of the Torah, Bamidbar, Numbers, and we are also approaching very soon Shavuot, the holiday in which we celebrate, reenact the receiving of Torah at Mount Sinai. So I love the confluence of this week's Torah portion as we sort of celebrate this experience of wilderness, of moving through the wilderness, at the same time as preparing for Shavuot. Again, remembering that we received the Torah in the wilderness. And I think it's so important to remember that much of the Torah, sort of more expansively understood as the wisdom, the revelation of the divine, the truth of our lives, much of that Torah we receive while wandering in the wilderness. We might think that we would receive Torah in the moments, in sort of like the high moments of our lives, at the equivalent of the graduations in our lives, or the moments when we can finally step into the metaphorical Holy Land. But our tradition teaches us that in fact we receive Torah while wandering through uncertainty, through the experience of our vulnerability, through moments, continuous moments of not knowing, of twists and turns in the journey, of circling again and again as we find our way, as we get lost and find our way again. Those are actually the moments and the places where we receive Torah. And much has been said and written about the word Bamidbar, in the wilderness. But if you break the word up in a slightly different way, Bamidaber, we might also understand, perhaps playfully or midrashically, creatively, that it is in speaking that we find our way to Torah, that we find our way to receiving wisdom, and that we find our way to our own promised land. And I share this as somebody who actually savors and practices silence through meditation and yoga and movement and prayer. So I'm a big fan of silence and quiet, and there's a place for that. But I think there is also tremendous wisdom in knowing that sometimes we open up the path for wisdom to flow just by talking things out. And if you don't have a trusted friend, or chavruta, or colleague, or therapist, or mentor, or rabbi, or partner to talk it out with, you always have the Holy One. You can also just talk it out in the form of what the mystics and the Hasidic masters called hitbodedut, of just speaking out to God in a stream of consciousness way, without any particular filtering or curating or shaping, but just a stream of consciousness. And I truly believe that our psyche, our soul, capital S, will inch its way closer to the wisdom that we long for when we allow ourselves to speak the words that need to be spoken without too much control, without too much shaping. When we let the words just be spoken, especially to a trusted other, whomever that other might be, it is one of the most powerful ways to carve out the path for the wisdom and the Torah to flow in the wilderness, where things are fragile and uncertain, unpredictable, and unknown. Shalom. Peace. May we all be blessed to find the words that we need to experience the loving presence and non-judgmental presence of an other who will allow us to speak those words, and for those words to carve out a pathway for us to receive the Torah that we need. Take care.